7 years ago, I had a spiritual awakening, or you can call it a vision, you can call it a message, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in, right? I had one of those. I was it was so real. It was me in the middle of this massive stadium of like 20,000 people. And it felt like I was speaking on stage. I was running an event, or I was part of an event, and that was like 7 years ago. That was in 2017, and I was just like, "What is that?" Like that. I never intended to speak. I never intended to coach anybody or train or guide or anything like that. It was just not even in my wheelhouse or peripheral, but it was so real in terms of what I was actually called to do, right? What is my true calling? And it took me a while to actually transform that into reality, right? Into a business, right? Which is obviously the business I'm in now. But it was never something that I thought I was supposed to be doing or had even a desire to do, quite honestly. I didn't like speaking on stages. I didn't like speaking at all, communicating that way. But what really got me to understand is that in terms of impact and income, there's methods in which you use to generate both. And that's why tonight's mastermind, again, welcome to this. This is called Words to Wealth. And what I discovered is that we have the work we do, right? The work that we actually do, we wake up every day. There's a person that we want to be, that we need to be. There's things that we do to determine basically the result of that is the things that we have, not just material things, but things we have, like in relationships that we have, the house that we have, the car that we drive, the money that we have, but the wealth, the riches, as well as the fulfillment, the achievement, all of that is the effects of that is from the being and the doing. Right? And this system, if you really think about it, right, in terms of how the method we use to make money, there's only 4 levels. And this is, one of the frameworks that I teach is our made of money system, that a lot of times people don't realize that they can be their own ATM. And the value in which they are valued in the marketplace, how much they're actually paid, how much we are paid, is based on the value that we add to people and the ability to impact. The more impact we make, the more income we make, right? So if you really look at the made of money system, most people spend most of their life making money. The method they use is muscle. And then there comes a time where they actually move from muscle to management. And really, reality is majority of the world either are using their muscle to make money or the management to make money. That's it. That's as far as they go. A very small percentage. I believe that less than 5% of the world population uses their mind to make money, and less of and even smaller. I think about only 1 or 2% of the world actually use their message to make money, right? Because if you really look at in terms of how you make money, muscle is about implementation. I think that's where everybody starts. I started this way for sure, right? You're doing work with your muscles. You have to physically do something. You start a job, you go flip burgers, or you manufacture something, or you go to be a teacher, right? And when you use muscle to make money, you're basically implementation, right? You're implementing something, right? You're doing something, right? And that gets you to a certain level of wealth, right? In both financial as well as fulfillment, achievement and fulfillment. That gets you to some level of wealth, for sure. And then you move up, right? You start to graduate. You go from muscle to management, because you go from implementation and say, look, it still needs to be done. It still needs to be implemented. But now I can do this in a different way. I can actually leverage people, right? I can start delegating it. So instead of implementing it on my own, right, 100%, I can maybe now, hire some people to do this and delegate it, and they'll do 80%, 90% of the work, and I do maybe 10. You move up into management, so you make more money, right? And you achieve more, and you're more fulfilled as well, right? But I think where the true wealth, I think the top 5% starts to understand that, oh my God, like I am very valuable. I am the most, valuable asset in the world, right? I am the asset. The more I put in myself, the more I invest in myself, the more time, energy, money I invest in myself, right? I have a lot to share, right? I have strategies, I have knowledge, I have expertise, I have a skill. And then those turn into education, right? I can educate people. I can solve a problem. I can share, right, a skill that can help somebody improve an area of their life, their relationship, their money, their finances, their business, whatever that is, their health, education, right? So the top 5% of the world turns that into some type of a coaching program, a training program, right? Some type of a event. Okay. And then, but where I believe that the top 1% of the world, where you really generate a lot of wealth, is by going from mind to message. And message is not just about educating people to get results. It's about really helping people transform. Because you transformed, right? There's transformation that happens. It started with you. It started with you. Right? And then you're able to take that transformation and say, there's somebody out there who needs to transform, who was stuck or going through it, just like how I was going through that desires to come out the other side like I did. Right? That's how you can actually turn your message into true wealth, right? Turn your message, because it's all about transformation. And the framework that I'm going to share with you guys today is our Words to Wealth framework here. It's 7 steps, 7 very simple steps that I use, and you can use this to, write a video script. You can use this to run your webinars. You can use this to create your offer. You can use this to write copy, right? Because I believe that if you can communicate, right, you have a powerful message, and that is the first step. You have to get your message down. Your message is why you do it, what you do, who you do it for, how you do it, right? All of that. So that is your message. Because again, people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. But then once you get a very strong, powerful, clear message, you have to be able to convey that message, right? You got to know how to, to all the frameworks in terms of how to master messaging it, right? Messaging it and being the messenger, right? That messages that, right? And then there's a person on the other side that's receiving that message, the message, right? So how do you convey the message? And that's where the Words to Wealth is. It starts off with the payoff, right? And then you talk about the person. The payoff is the result, the transformation that they achieve, the person that's receiving it, the possibilities for them, so that you can help the future pace to imagining themselves what it's like to get that result, to get that transformation, how it feels, the problem that you solve, the problem that they're looking to get away from, right? The pain that's painful enough, they want to get away from it, or they have a desire and they're not being able to get to that desire fast enough, and they're willing to, do what it takes to get to that result, right? That desire. So the problem, and then the process that you use to help them, the vehicle, the method, the strategy, the frameworks to help them get there, and then the plan, what's included, so they know clearly. Now you get into the details of the benefits that they get, the plan that's going to make it all happen, right? That's part of the value of the process. And then the last step, where I believe people don't do, is the last one, which is the push. And when I say push, we're not talking about being pushy. We're not talking about being salesy. One thing that we have to understand is that most people, when they're starting their hero's journey and they want to be the hero and they're looking for a guide to help them win the day, if you look at every single story, every single, even movies, the hero itself, the main character, the protagonist, really is weak. Most of the time, they don't take action on their own, right? They have to be pushed to take action. They have to be inspired, motivated to take action. And most of the time, it's the guide's role is the one that pushes them to take action, right? One of my favorite movies is the Karate Kid, right? The very first one. I remember the one time where they went to the dojo and after Daniel had gotten a fight with the Cobra Kai's guys, right? Where Mr. Miyagi jumps the fence and beats him up, right? And they go into the dojo, and the person that's making the deal is not Daniel. The person that's making the deal is Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi is the one that says, you know, leave boy alone, right? Leave boy alone, right? And then Sensei Reese says, "Oh, I heard you beat up my boys," and he's like, "Well, you got wrong information, right?" Something like that, right? And then, and the offer, right? The call to action that was actually what we witnessed was Mr. Miyagi says, "We will handle this. If you leave boy alone, we will handle this the right way," right? And there was a poster in the back of the All Valley Karate Championship. And Mr. Miyagi is the one that says that we will handle this there, right? It wasn't Daniel-san that stepped up and says, "Hey, you know, I'll go fight you guys there." No, it was Mr. Miyagi, right? Because even after they left the dojo right outside, Daniel's like, "What did you do? They're gonna kill me. They're gonna clobber me, man. What did you just do to me?" Mr. Miyagi's like, "Daniel-san, Miyagi teach you karate," right? And because the person, the guide, is the one who does the push, right? That's the last part. And that a lot of times in sales, what it relates to, an example of this is pushing them is you want to inspire them to take action. You want to give them a very clear action to take. And sometimes you have to do follow-ups, right? Because the money is in the follow-up. And that's the push, right? Make sense? Okay, so I'm going to use an example of this, right, as a live example of how I've used these 7 steps. I'm at my mom's house here, so you're going to see some people roaming around here. I'm going to use our change makers coaching experience as an example, right? When we crafted our offer, we crafted it following these 7 steps. Okay, so let's dive right into the very first step, and then I'll stop each step and talk about how you can actually create this for your scripts or your offer and how you actually present and make offers as well. So the very first step we know that is the payoff, right? We have to, you know, get people's attention saying, "Hey, this offer I'm going to make you," right? Whether it be come register for my webinar or buy my course or buy my coaching program or join our community, whatever that offer is to spend time with you or money with you, it doesn't matter. It works just all the same. You got to talk about the payoff first. Right? Just like our content, when we tell people to join our Laptop Lifestyle Tribe, we don't just say, "Hey, join our tribe. See you guys there." No, we don't. We say, "Hey, join our Laptop Lifestyle Tribe," right? So that you too can live, work, and earn from anywhere. You too can live the laptop lifestyle, because when you join, you're going to get access to this, right? We give them a reason to join and a payoff, right? So here's a good example of this. So when we make our offer, our coaching offer, we start with the payoff first, right? We say, "Hey, look, you know, we're gonna make coaching our Changemakers coaching experience. Here's what you get. Here's why we're creating it, right? We want you to be able to live life on your terms. We want you to be able to design your life, right, and live it. We want you to not settle and live an ordinary life, but to create an extraordinary one. To be able to live your very best life. That's what this Changemakers coaching experience is all about. Because what's going to fuel that is the business that you build. The life you want, the relationship you want, the time you want, the money you want, fueled by the business you build. We want to show you how to build a business that provides for that, so that you too can live the Ikigai way, so that you can wake up every day doing what you know, what you love, what you're great at, that you can be paid for, and being able to have that freedom of time, finance, location, so that you too can live the laptop lifestyle. You too can live, work, and earn from anywhere. Your business is going to fuel the life that you design. The result of this business in not just impact in your life, other people's lives, but there's also an income. So our coaching experience is guaranteeing you that if you apply yourself, you do everything that you're being taught and shown to do, because we do it, that it's going to at least, you're going to be able to build at least a 6-figure business, a minimum of a 6-figure business, right? Because we're running a 7-figure business. So there's no doubt in my mind that we're confident that we can help you get that result. So you can build that business and then you can achieve that transformation, right? So that is the payoff, right? That is the payoff.
Still loading.
Okay, does that make sense? Yes? Okay, so now for you guys, what's your payoff? If I'm listening to you and you're using this framework, what's your payoff? iPhone user. What is your name? It just says iPhone user. I'm gonna unmute you real quick. How are you? Welcome. New to the call. My name is Cease. What is your name? On our screen, it just says iPhone user. You're unmuted, so you can actually just tell us your name.
3. What?
Are you Jim? Are you Jim? Hello? Can you hear me?
20.
Okay, he took himself off camera. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'll remute him. So let's talk about you guys. What's your payoff for your program? What is the transformation and then the result? So if you're going to communicate this, and it doesn't have to be your offer. It could be like if you're inviting people to your community, for example, or a lead magnet, or to your webinar, or even an offer. What is the result? What is the transformation for you? What's the payoff for your clients? Sure, talk about that.
Right.
Go ahead, unmute yourself, whoever wants to go first.
I'll go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So
So
I think
what is the thing that you want them to do? And you're going to use an example of the payoff. What is it is it your offer that you want to talk about, or is it inviting them to a community, or is it, what is it?
okay. So it would be, I would want them to be able to save time, effort, energy,
Oh.
and increase their capacity for navigating life and relationships.
Okay. And where are they going to get that right now? Are you going to use an example of your offer? Or are you going to use an example of like your lead magnet or a webinar you're going to run? Where are they going?
Into the community.
Into your community. Okay. And it's a free community or a paid community?
Both.
Both. So you're going to start free and then transition to paid, correct? Okay,
Yep.
perfect. All right. So I see your content. So that's where we're going to start. So I see your content somewhere, and your call to action is to join your free community first.
Mhm.
And the payoff for me to take action and join your free community, what is that payoff then? How do you convey that time, energy?
That's what I'm still working on. I'm trying to create the list because my go-to is to want to say in the negative sense, like go from no more, emotional blackmail, abuse, mistreatment. I want to go from there straight over to the outcomes, which is really being loved, valued, and respected, and honored, and having connection. And
Got it. Okay.
The way I actually got this was I went to 2 people that I knew would tell me the truth about how I've impacted their life and what is it that caused you. And then over here, when you met me and when you received from me, what was the outcome? And I used their language to start forming what that might look like, which I'm sure there's plenty of different other words to use, but at least I got started on something. So
Okay.
where
Very
I'm
good.
at.
Okay, good. So
Um,
so next Monday's mastermind called Create Converting Offers. You're gonna absolutely love that because I'm gonna walk you through our case study as well as other people's case study of how you're gonna make 6 total offers, right? The 3 offers are getting people to spend time, more time, and continue to spend time with you. And then the other 3 offers is where you get people to spend money with you, more money with you, and continue to spend more money with you, right? Or to spend money with you. And all of those offers has to tie to a result, has to tie to a payoff, right? And this is where when you designed all 6 offers, you're going to give the payoff. Like the very first offer is, like in your example, join our free community, right? But there's got to be a result. Otherwise, I'm not going to take action. There's got to be a payoff for that in order for me to join, because I think that people are so inundated with information that they don't want to join more communities. They don't want to buy more courses, right? They don't want to get more coaching. But if the payoff is there, that attaches to that that push, when you actually push them to inspire action, right? That's why it's so important to talk about the payoff as well. But right now, it's just think, right? You're gonna need a payoff. Yeah, you have to. The biggest thing is when you make an offer, even for them to spend time with you, there's got to be a payoff. Make
Okay.
sense?
That makes
Okay.
total sense. Thank you.
Yeah. So we will cover that next week as well. So I think you guys will love that training. So then the person, right? So you got this payoff. Then now when you talk about the payoff, then you have to speak to the person so that they are very clear of who they actually are and that they're going to benefit by taking this action. They're going to receive this payoff, and there's an understanding of who this payoff is for, right? So with us, when I talk about who I want as part of our community, our coaching program, right? As this is an example, I've laid it out. I know exactly who is successful at this and who isn't, who shouldn't be part of our coaching experience. I know them very well, right? Because I have acquired people who've been in our coaching program, our coaching experience, and they're not this. And I realize, oh my God, that's why. So when I lay out the who I want as part of our coaching experience is people who have a dream, right? People who say, you know what, I'm done settling, I'm done just getting by, I'm done just living life. I want to thrive. I want to create, right, an extraordinary life. I refuse to live an ordinary one anymore. I'm looking for dreamers, but I'm also looking for somebody who has made a decision. I know that they have a desire, right, a dream. They want to pursue that, but they made a decision. They're not just like, I don't know if I'm ready to make a decision to go forward with my dream. Like I'm not looking for those who are on the fence. I'm not looking for those who, are indecisive. I'm looking for decision makers, right? People who make decisions. I'm also looking for people who say, you know what? I know I can get there faster if I just follow directions. I'm looking for people who want coaching. I'm looking for people who want guidance. I'm looking for people who want answers, and they don't want to try to figure out and get the answers on their own anymore. So I'm looking for people who are seeking direction. I'm also looking for people who are ready to take action, who are not just talkers. I'm looking for doers. And then I'm also looking for people who say, you know what, I made a decision to pursue this dream, and I'm committed to this dream. I am hungry. I'm not, I'm going to get there. I'm going to fight. I'm going to run into challenges. Even if I run into challenges, I'm going to keep going. I'm looking for people who are very dedicated to their own success, to getting to the destination, right? So I really lay out who I actually want in there, the person, right, as part of my program. Or even if I make using an example of joining our Laptop Lifestyle Tribe, I tell them who I want in my Laptop Lifestyle Tribe. Make sense? Right. Okay. So what about you guys? How do you convey who? So I know Daniel, we just talked about this. You talked about 40 men, the age of 40 to 50, right? That's a good start in terms of speaking to a range of age group. But I think that one of the things that you really should put together also is what are speak to their pain. What are you're in this much pain and you want to get away from it, or you want this, right? You want to step up and be a leader. You want to to lead your family again. Whatever that is, that's where you want to really design your avatar. Does that make sense? When you're speaking to them, it's a person. So let's talk about your avatar. Let's talk about the person that you're targeting with this. How do you speak to me if I'm your audience? Who do you want in your program? Who do you want to join your community? Who do you want to go get that lead magnet or register for your webinar? Who's the person?
Successful men, 40 and above, who are looking for distinct transformation in their life, who have success on paper according to society, but are unfulfilled. And the ones that really are living the life that their fathers wanted for them, all the while missing out on important family events and being there for their children and setting a wrong example due to generational patterns, and they're looking to break it.
Okay. So map out what that looks like, 3 to 5 things, right? And use words like what I did, right? I use, doers. I use, dreamers. I use, people who are ready to take action, right? Who made a decision. Use those type of words so it's simple for them to understand and digest. Use words like fulfillment. Use words like present. Use words like purposeful, right? Use words like leadership. Use those type of words, right? So that this that's totally me. Make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I would look at those type of words. Okay. And then the next step in this is the possibilities. So then you show them what's possible. So if they have this payoff that they want, they are the person that you're speaking to, and then you say, hey, the possibilities. So for us, we use words like imagine, right? So when I speak to these type of people, this is the payoff, this is the person, if this is who you are, and then you say, hey, imagine. You take them to a place. Remember the Christmas Carol? You ever seen the one of the things that Tony does at his events? He calls it the Dickens process, and it's the Dickens process. He takes people like the movie The Christmas Carol, and he came up with the Dickens process based on that movie. And that movie where you got the ghost, your ghosts come, right, and they take you forward to the future, right, of what it's like, imagining what your future would be like if you transformed, you changed, right, and all the things, all the amazing things that you achieve, and all the love and all of these things. So imagine, right, same thing. Your clients are the same way. So the possibilities is you want to mention what it would be like if they did take action. If they, turn that knowledge into an offer, if they, pursue to eat better, live better, right? To eat the vegan lifestyle, and they can change the way they look, right? Imagine what that would be like, right? So you want to take them, you want to future pace them, possibilities about future pacing them to have them kind of witness before it actually even happens. That's a possibility, right? And then the part that you also want to bring into, kind of like what Tony does with the Dickens process, he takes you 5 years. Imagine what your life would be like 5 years from now. Who are you? Who are you with? What do you have? All these 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, people see that they're happy, right? They're like, oh yeah, everybody's the crowd and the whole arena is like cheering the stuff that they have and who they are and what they're doing and all of these things, all these wonderful things. But then he brings them back to reality, just kind of like the Dickens process, just like the Christmas Carol, taking them back to, to the action they didn't take, the transformation that they didn't change, and what happened to their relationship, right? Taking them backwards, the problem, right? And then you do that. What if you didn't do this? What happens to you 5 years from now? What are the things you didn't have, the things you didn't go to, the person you didn't become, right? All the pain. So they take them back to the pain, not just the pleasure. Because that's what it is, right? If you look at the Christmas Carol, people move away from either pain and or towards pleasure. That's it. That's how you get people to transform. That's how you get people to move. So when you talk about the possibilities, them witnessing themselves in the future, and then when you talk about the problem is what's the cost of inaction, right? What's the cost of inaction, right? What's the benefits? The rewards of action is possibilities, and what's the cost of inaction is the problem that you solve, right? Okay. And then you want to, once you do that, then you want to share the process, right? So for us, that's why we talk about, our coaching experience, our coaching program comes with the 7-figure moves. This is the process that's going to take you on this journey, the vehicle that's going to get you to the payoff for you to build your high ticket offer, build your business, right? And we're going to basically coach you on all these 5 areas to go from client acquisition to lead conversion, lead generation, lead attraction, lead clarification. That's why we talk about the 7-to-7 method, how to build your business map according to this. That's why we talk about the mission and money method, how to extract your strategy, skills, struggles, successes, or story and turn it into an offer, a DIY offer, done with you, done for you offer. So they clearly can see the process of what you're going to take them through when they say yes to your coaching program, right? Very, very important. Okay. So what's the possibilities for your clients? What's the problem that this solves? What's the cost? What's the rewards of action? And what's the cost of inaction for your programs? Teresa, you want to share? Looks like our friend left there. I don't know who he was, but he left.
Our mystery person. Well, hope you had a good weekend, and thanks for bringing us up here. So, that was a lot of questions in one, but let me start with what was the first thing? So
the possibilities. What happens to me? What's possibilities for me?
Yes, the imagine. So where they are right now is a lot of tension, a lot of turmoil. So the imagine that you can stay calm in any situation, that you can tackle challenges, whatever they are that come up. And of course, the big end goal is that you're building connection. So that would be where you're going forward, imagining. Then the what if.
It's the reward.
They know where they are. And then you just ask questions about, well, do you really think that's just going to get better? What if you didn't do anything? What if this just continued and just kind of go that way? So
100%. 100%. Yeah. And you take them to the cost, right? There's both of them has consequences of cost. One's the cost, the consequences of the reward that they do, right?
Yes.
For taking action, and the cost of inaction. You bring them back to that pain, right? Because the possibilities is the pleasure, the problem is the pain. You bring right back, right? One of the things that we're going to run, you're going to see us do here is at the end of this month on the 27th, 28th, 29th, we're going to do a 3-day challenge, and it's just a very simple 2 hours a day. And one of my messaging is like, it's called the New Year, New You challenge, right? New year, new you. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is what if you fast forward in 2025, here you are at December 31st, Christmas, end of the year, and nothing changed. Nothing changed at all in your life. The pattern repeats itself. Do you want that? Or do you want to have 2025 be your very best year? And if you want that to be your very best year, then there's got to be a very best you that shows up. There's got to be a new you that shows up. Nothing's just going to magically happen, right? So there's going to be my messaging. You guys will see that I'm going to follow these 7 steps as well. I'm going to future pace some of the possibilities of what 2025 is going to be for them, their very best year. And then what if, right? They didn't take action to come to that challenge. And what if their year repeated itself? What if they found themselves in the same place or worse next year, right? So I'm going to follow these same 7 steps as well. Okay. And then the process, right? So this is why it's important to, when we talk about the process, you gotta have a framework. And quite honestly, you should have a framework for everything, right? So if you look at our framework, we got the P6 method, we got the 7-to-7 method, we have the words to wealth method, we have the passion to profit, right? Funnel. Those are all methods. And most importantly, not only do you should have the framework itself, but give them some sexy names, right? Story to profit, right? Passion to profit, words to wealth. Give them some sexy names as well. Okay, so that when we talk about process, we want to make sure that it's proprietary first off to you. It's proprietary, right? Nobody else has this. Some people might have something similar to it, but this is your thing, right? And if you really want to even go further, you trademark it, even if you wanted to, right? If you start getting results and generating both impact and income, why not trademark that, right? If it hasn't been trademarked yet. Right, like from my friend Richmond Din, he trademarked the Tiny Challenge, right? Because that's like his thing, right? His thing that he created. Now, the Tiny Challenge, all it is just doing a challenge on a one-on-one instead of one-to-many. That's all it is, right? So it's nothing really special, but just because he named it, it wasn't taken. He trademarked it, Tiny Challenge. Now it's special. That's really extra special. Just by naming it, the Tiny Challenge is already special. But when he trademarks it, it's even more special, right? Because that's his thing now. That's Richmond's thing, right? So that's a process when we talk about the process, okay? And then the plan, right? And then the plan. So when you walk your audience through this process, then this is where you then break down the plan of all the things that they get, right? Everything that they get, the value of it, what you're charging for it, right? The time commitment to it, how it's being delivered. That's the plan. Right, so part of our Change Makers coaching experience, for example, it's a 12-month coaching program, right? Experience that you get when you say yes to it right away. You get access to a private members area where you can go and watch the Change Makers Master Course, which is a $2,500 value. You get a chance to go in there and watch the 7-Figure Move Master Course, another $2,500 worth of value. You get access to the Know You, a template funnel where people, once you create content, people see you. You want to give them something of value, invite them to a community, or give them a lead magnet, something to read, listen, or watch. Right? It allows you to trade, and for that whatever value you're giving trades you. They come get it. They give you their information, and then it allows you to build a list. Because those who build a list build a business. And then the Like You funnel is where you then whatever method you use to get people in front of you, where you're going to deliver more value than make your offer. Like I said, I'm a webinar guy, so the template itself is designed for them to be able to register for your webinar, right? Your masterclass, your web class, your virtual event, whatever you're calling it, right? Your accelerator, your intensive. That's another funnel that you actually get with this that you can actually download and modify, and you got a fully working funnel. You get access to our Laptop Lifestyle Tribe for the next 12 months as well, where you get access. You can hop on a coaching call, you can hop on the mastermind, you can hop on the web classes every single month. You get access to everything that's in the classroom, everything that we improve in our school community. You get access to that as well, which you're going to see some huge improvements starting this week already. You get access to our 7-Figure Moves boot camps, where every single month we're running our boot camp. Like the next boot camp is December 20th. We had a great time at the last boot camp. And people are taking action, doing the work already, and getting the results. And this boot camp is, coming up on December 20th. I'm going to deliver some amazing basically a 6-step process on how to really, for you to really get the results that you really want with your program. Has everything to do with messaging, your offer, the right client, all of that stuff. So you get that as well. So that's every single month we run a boot, because we want to be there with you. So you got the DIY version, the courses that you watch in the members area. You got the done with you weekly on the coaching, the masterminds, and the web classes. But then we also want to do done with you monthly as well. We want to be there with you every single month as well to make sure that you hit your goals, right? Our target is to help you and to show you how to build a consistently $10,000 a month business. That's the goal, right? And that's where the boot camps come in. And then the masterminds is basically us being in a room, being able to mastermind, getting ideas from everyone, not just from me, but having your peers share with you what their take is on your thing, on your messaging, on your offer, on your, how you run your webinars and all of that stuff to kind of mastermind about, you're going to share your thing, and then we're going to basically say, okay, here's what I would do, here's what I think, so everybody can get different ideas. One of the things I learned from Tony is different ideas, different perspectives, different voices, right? Different strategies. That's how we're all going to co-elevate and really be successful together. And that's what co-elevation is all about. That's what masterminding is all about. So you get that as well, right? So you get a total value of $32,500 worth of value, right? And then part of the plan, just like we said, is we also give you a 30-day money back guarantee, because we believe that we believe in results. We don't believe in just trading offers. We believe in that this offer will get you this result. And we believe that we will always show up. If anything, we will always not just deliver, but over deliver. But we wanted also, one of the secret sauces when you actually make offers is, I believe that you should remove the risk of doing business with you. And that's where the 30-day money back guarantee is part of our plan, to say, look, you get access to all of this for 30 days, right? After you say yes, you get access to the Changemakers, private members area right away. You can register for the next boot camp right away. You can continue to hop on the coaching call, masterminds, and web classes, and you have every right to. If I didn't deliver, if I don't show up, you can ask for 100% your refund. We won't ask you to do anything else. We will refund you 100%. The only thing we'll ask is, how can we improve? That's it. That's the only thing we'll take away from it. Some people do 30-day money back guarantees, and they'll say, well, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to show up. We won't give you your money back unless you show up. With us, there's no question. You just say, hey, this isn't for me. We give you 100% your money back, right? That's it. So it's part of the plan. We also believe in results, just like I said, right? We believe in the destination. We believe that we can show you how to build a $10,000 a month business consistently, a six-figure business at the very, very least. We believe that the destination that you want to design your life and design a business that will feel that. We believe that not only if you're committed to start that and committed to never quit, we are committed to you as well. So our promise is that we will continue to work with you until you achieve that result, right? And that's part of our plan, okay? So everything that you get is $32,500 worth of value. Our irresistible offer is either $49.97, you pay in full, or $4.99 per month for 12 months. Right. And then we give them the plan, the actions they take. If they want to pay in full, then it's sevenfiguresexpertacademy.com/changemakers. If they want to do the monthly, then it's sevenfiguresexpertacademy.com/changemakers-monthly. Again, it comes with a 100% money back guarantee, plus a promise to work with you until you get the result, until you hit six figures. Right. And the goal of this whole coaching experience is to show you how to build a $5,000 offer, right, as a core offer to sell. So if you did one client, you're already got your return on your investment. And then we're also going to teach you how to do a downsell offer that's at least 1,000. That's what this coaching experience is all about. Okay, so that's the plan, right? And then the push, right? Then the push. And this is where, when you talk about the cost of inaction, right? And if you didn't do this, you see the possibilities already, you see the payoff, but let's talk about what has it costed them so far that they did not take action on programs like this, or they didn't take action on this particular program. For us, it's about removing the what if. Are they going to get there? The uncertainty, the guesswork of them building a six-figure business, a $10,000 a month business, right? To create a $5,000 offer. Take all that whole guesswork out of it, right? That's a push. What's the cost of inaction? And for us, the cost of other inaction, the monetary result of this is, if they really want to look at return on their investment, we're guaranteeing we're going to help them, show them to build a $5,000 offer. So if they get one client, they already got their investment back. And we're going to promise to work with them until they build a six-figure business. And when they do that, the cost of inaction, if they don't say yes to this, is they're really leaving $95,000 on the table here, because ultimately, if we promise to help you get there, work with you until you do, there's obviously a return. And if you really look at it, and if you did build a six-figure business and you invested $49.97 to yourself, that's a 20x return on your investment. Tell me if there's things out there will give you a consistent or at least a guaranteed 20x return on your investment. I don't think there's anything out there. And if there is, let me know. I'll go with you. Right? That's it. So you can't really afford not to do this. So when you talk about pushing people, I'm not talking about being salesy. I'm not talking about that whatsoever. Right? And then you do a last call to action, just like what I have done here. Okay. And that is using our Changemakers coaching experience as how I've actually created it according to this particular framework. So can this framework be used to run your webinar? Can it be used to write a script, like an invitation to your community? Can it be used for a welcome video for your community? Could be used to use as a, hey, register for my webinar or come get my lead magnet. This framework itself, to me, I call this the godfather of all copywriting and scripting frameworks. And you can take some of the stuff out, but if you just follow this model and you want to take some stuff out, that's okay. But if you really look at it, if you speak like this in this particular way, in these 7 steps, it'll be very clear. Then you're going to shift from being cute to clear, right? To being clear. Okay. And that's how you're going to connect with your audience. And that is the Words to Wealth framework. For copywriting, for scripting, you could use this to build anything. You could build your events based on this. You could build your webinar based on this, your challenge, shoot a video, shoot an ad, write copy. That doesn't matter. Just use this framework. Okay. Anything else to add? Anything you want to discuss? We have about 10 minutes. We're actually on time today. I didn't go over. I've been going over lately, right? Giving quite a bit of value going over. Was this good? What do you guys think? Yes, excellent. Excelente. Very, very cool. Yeah, if you guys don't have anything else, we can end it. Again, appreciate you guys hopping on. If you have anything you want to ask about, I just wanted to use our coaching experience, Changemakers, as an example of how how I built it. Everything's a reason. Even our events, when you look at, like Teresa, you came to the last boot camp. I built my boot camp based on this. Right? We talked about the payoff right away. We talked about who should be there, who this is for, the possibilities, problem, the process, went through the whole process, the plan, and then, the push to take action. And it wasn't an offer that I made. It was just a push to take action for you guys to set the goal, set the date, right? Set the date of your webinars, right? So I followed this model. It's the same exact model. Okay? Makes things so much easier that you have a framework that you can actually use pretty much universally on anything.
So I was just going to say real quickly, perfect timing, because I'm writing ads, I'm doing that, and I had pieces, but this is nice because I really can check and make sure I have it all and bring it together so it flows. Because mine have been kind of, here and there. So this is great. This is good.
Well, also it helps you, especially if those who are like, who's unclear of your avatar, right? It's still, and like if you're still questioning yourself whether you're speaking to everyone, right? Because if you speak to everyone, you're speaking to no one. Well, this framework also solves that problem. Because when you talk about the person, like I said, if you have 100 people in the room with you, that's your avatar, you speak about the person, you might get 10 or 15% of the attention of the room. But then when you go to when you speak about the problem, now you might attract the other 20% that, that's a problem he saw. Oh, that's a problem he or she solves. You talk about the possibility. Oh, I want that. We talk about, all the process. Oh, I need to learn that, right? So you're speaking to your avatar in a way where you're kind of universally encompassing the room, right? To attract them to you. And then you'll find that some of them are not, and they won't come to you, and that's good. Then nobody's wasting time. You're not wasting time with the wrong people, and they're not wasting time coming to something that really will not benefit them. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool. Very good. Very, very good. Cool. I have nothing else. If you guys have anything else, any questions, anything to add? If not, we can log off. Have an amazing rest of the week. So this coming web class this Thursday will be Live Your Offer. We're going to walk through the essential elements of how you actually, why people have self-doubt of creating offers, why people don't create offers, and then how to actually, present and make your offer. And then next week, mastermind will be how to basically create converting offers. And creating converter offers is, like I said, we're gonna have 6 offers that you're gonna make, right? Time bound and as well as money. Let's really attach the result of that offer so that people know that people take action because they know the result they're gonna achieve by taking action on that offer. And then next week's web class, the 19th, it's called Make What You're Worth. We're gonna really walk through how to build what I believe that you should make is a high ticket offer, at least a $5,000 offer to start. And also, to really be paid what we're worth, right? Make What You're Worth web class on the 19th. So, other than that, guys, thank you very much for being on. Thank you for allowing me to do what I love doing, and we'll see you guys Thursday if you guys are gonna be on the web class.